Greetings, Facebook, YouTube. This your boy Terry the Teddy Bear Trucking, signing on with an update. I am signing on from Troy, Illinois, to give you my first month's numbers. I know you guys have been waiting for this video and asking for it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go over my first month's numbers of running under my own authority versus leasing on to a carrier running under their authority. Now, before I get started, I would just want to say that these are my numbers. They're specific to me and my operation, how I've run and where I've run. And they're going to be different for every owner, operator, or individual running under their own authority. These are just my numbers to give you an idea of a comparable idea of running under your own authority versus running under a carrier. Now, having done running under my own authority for a month, I can understand now why a lot of people don't do it, don't want to do it, or wait a lot longer to do it, because it can be extremely tedious. You're wearing multiple hats. You're not only the driver and the employee, you're also the CEO, you're the accounting office, you're the back office. The paperwork is enough to drive you crazy. I literally spend almost 3 hours a day just making sure my numbers are correct, going back, auditing my logs, and it can be very daunting and very stressful. And I can understand now why a lot of people don't want to do it, because if you don't stay on top of it, if you miss a day, if you don't stay on top of it, it can become extremely overwhelming. Not to mention, any little mistake that you can make can put your authority in jeopardy, put you out of business. So with that being said, I don't regret my decision to start running under my own authority. I've always been a data-driven, data entry, paperwork and kind of guy. My job in the military is pretty much transportation logistics, data entry, data processing. So I stay on top of it. But I'm one individual that has to stay on top of all this paperwork. I can't imagine when I start to expand how much more paperwork I'm going to have to do. I'm just doing it for one truck, and it takes me about 3 hours a night to make sure everything is input correctly and up to date. So with that being said, here we go. So this is my first month's numbers starting from February 8th to March 10th. As you know, February is a short month. So starting running them on authority on February 8th, I'm going to first give you my gross revenue. Then I'm going to break down just base expenses of a trucking operation, which are fuel, DEF in my case, because I run a DEF truck, truck payment, trailer payment, and insurance. Those are my base expenses, and those are common to all carriers who are running their operation, with the exception of maybe a truck payment. If your truck payment is paid off, your trailer payment is paid off, or if you don't use a DEF truck. So in that case, it'd just be fuel and insurance. This doesn't include any maintenance or anything. These are just the base expenses. And then I'm going to break down the same numbers if I was still leased on to Schneider at 35%, Landstar at 35%, Landstar with your own trailer at 72%, and finally Forward Freight Systems with your own trailer at 80%, which was the last company I was leased on to. So bear with me. So here we go. Now, for the month time period from February 8th to March 10th, my gross revenue for that time period was, drum roll please, $25,923, and that's running under my own authority. That is what I grossed. My base expenses for fuel, I spent $5,106.44. For DEF, $197.15. My truck payment, I'm in a Schneider Finance truck. My truck payment for that time period was $4,356.35, and that's for the entire month. So that's all my weekly payments, including the maintenance money that I contribute. My total truck payments for that time period were $4,356.35. $356.35. And finally, my trailer payment was $662.39. And my monthly insurance premium for my authority operation is $1,509.55 per month. So if you add those expenses together, just my base expenses, they totaled $11,831.88. So gross revenue for the month, $25,923. Base expenses, $11,831.88, which means my net profit for the month with just base expenses was $14,091.12. If you divide that by 4 weeks on average in a month, that means that my net profit take home on average was $3,522.78 per week. Okay, that's running under my own authority with just the base expenses. Not bad. $3,500 a week. Now, I'm going to take that same example I just gave you, and I'm going to run if you was leased onto a carrier. Now, first we're going to talk about Schneider and Landstar, because if you lease onto either one and you don't use your own trailer, they both take 35% of your revenue. So now, if I was still leased on with Schneider or Landstar without using their trailers and they were taking 35%, their 35% of my $25,923 would have been $9,073.05. They would have taken in their pocket. Wouldn't have never even seen that. If I had the same expenses, base expenses of $11,831.88, then my net profit after their cut and base expenses would have been $5,018.07, and that's for the entire month. If you divide that by an average 4-week period, that means I would have been taking home an average of $1,254.52 a week. Yeah. Leased onto a carrier at 35%, I would have taken home $1,250 a week. Yeah, big difference from $3,500 a week. Yeah, so you can already see the benefits of the difference, of giving up a percentage versus just go ahead and running your own numbers. But now let's say I was still at Landstar, and at this point I have my own trailer. Landstar would have taken 28% of the revenue. Now, their 28% of the revenue means that they would have taken $7,258.44. If I had the same base expenses of $11,831.88, that means my net profit would have been $6,832.68 for the month, which means that's an average of $1,708.17. So that 7 or 8% difference between Schneider and Landstar without your trailer versus Landstar with your trailer, you're already seeing taking home almost $500 more a week. Okay, because we said at 35% I would have taken home $1,254.52. At 28%, now have been taking home $1,708.12. Or 17 cents, excuse me. And finally, Forward Freight Systems, and this is a contract carrier that they take only 20%. So if I was still leased on to Forward Freight Systems, they would have taken $5,184.60 for the month out of my gross. If I had the same base expenses, $11,831.88, my net profit would have been $8,906.52 for the month, which would have been an average of $2,226.83, the biggest revenue yet. So if I was still leased onto Forward Freight, or if you were leased onto a carrier where they were only taking 20%, 20%, excuse me, and you ran those same numbers, you would have taken home an average of $2,200 a week after those expenses. So those are the base numbers. So you can see the difference. Just is like night and day. So the difference between me running my own authority versus the last carrier is already over what's that, $1,300 more in my pocket a month. You know. Now, if I didn't have, imagine if I didn't have a high truck payment, or my trailer was paid off, how much more you can make. If I didn't have my truck payment, I would have grossed, I would have taken home more than $4,000 more a month. Trailer payment, another $670. You know, you're always going to have your insurance payments, your fuel costs, your DEF costs, as long as you're running. But just the numbers are, you can see the difference. It's a vast difference. Now, with that being said, I'm now going to give you guys my actual numbers. Now, this is with all expenses included. Now, these expenses are specific to my operation. They don't have to necessarily be a part of your operation. But my additional expenses other than my base expenses would have been, for example, administrative fees. That may have been some document fees or processing fees that I had to pay, my ATBS accounting fees, ATM fees, banking fees, business services. I'm subscribed to a couple of load boards. I have subscriptions and with different service providers. Let's see what else we have. Direct deposit fees, business education, factoring fees, financing fees, loans that I'm paying on, of course, insurance we got, internet fees, licensing and permit fees. I actually spent an additional $1,000 in licenses for that month, because by the time I was ready to roll, I didn't have my IFTA paper stickers yet, so I had to buy licenses, IFTA fuel permits for the states that I was going to run in until I was able to finally get my IFTA stickers. So I paid an additional $1,000 a month just for that in that month. What else do we have? We have our mobile phone service, office supplies, parking fees, road service fees. I got locked out of my truck one day and had to pay $85 road service fee. That was recent. That was just the other day, actually. What else we have? Scale tickets, storage, subscription fees, supplies for the truck. Let's see, what else? Tolls, $218.34 in tolls. Truck and trailer washouts, travel and lodging. It might have been hotel rooms, or what else could it be? Transportation costs of some kind. So those are some of the additional fees. That's why I didn't include them in the base fee, because they are specific to my operation. So the actual numbers. Okay, so total revenue $25,923 with my actual, all my expenses included. This is everything. Total expenses $19,062.67. Net profit for the month $6,860.33. Yeah, net profit. Now imagine, like I said, if my truck and trailers paid off, how much more that would be. But let's just take that number, 860.33, divide that by average of 4 weeks a month. I multiplied 6860.33 divided by 4, $1,700 a month. Yeah. So yeah. So now that 28% that I was giving up is now well, it's still about the same. It's about, because I'm paying that in fees, you know. So that's $1,700 a month net profit in the pocket. So just to show you guys that I'm not fooling around, I want to show you. This is the Trucking Pro software. I'm not sure if you guys can see it completely, but if you see total revenue, total expenses, total profit, actual miles ran in the month 11,190, Average profit per mile, 61 cents a mile. Average revenue per mile, $2.32. And average expenses, $1.70 a mile. So if you guys were picking loads off the load board, you will want to make sure that you're getting over your average expenses per mile. So with my expenses being $1.70 a mile, as long as I get $2 a mile or better, I'm doing pretty good. So those are my numbers. Hope you guys can see that. I'm not able to, with the Samsungs, I'm not able to flip the camera while I'm recording. But those are the numbers. So please, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to further videos. Ring that bell so you can notify when I have a new video along. Please like and share these videos. And if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, good or bad, advice especially, please let me know. And once again, it's your boy Terry the Teddy Bear Trucker, signing off.